big fight.
No problem. No problem. This will be the biggest upset since Sonny Liston. And I think it is befitting that I go out of boxing just like I came in, defeating a big, bad monster that nobody could destroy. A hard punch. I'm the underdog. If he hits me, I'm in trouble, like the Sonny Liston fight. But I came back and I shook the world and I got Liston. Now it's 10 years since Sonny Liston. I'm meeting another big, bad, strong monster knockout artist that beats everybody. Sonny Liston knocked out Patterson twice, and I was supposed to fall, but he didn't knock me out. Because he could hit hard, but he couldn't find nothing to hit. George Foreman knocked out Ken Norton, knocked out Joe Frazier. True, I didn't knock him out, but I'm so fast, I'm so hard hit, I'm so scientific. I'm a total different man from Frazier and Norton. Listen, David, when I meet this man, if you think the world was surprised when Nixon resigned, wait till I whip Foreman's behind. I'm telling you, David, I'm down to 215 pounds. Right now, I said it when 215. I'm fighting weight already. I usually train 6 weeks for a fight. I've trained 4 months for a fight. I'm chopping trees. I've done something special. I've wrestled with an alligator. I've tussled with a...
I believe you totally. I believe you completely.
I have tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. Now, you know I'm bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man's in trouble. Listen, George Foreman, people are afraid of George Foreman. They talk about how hard he hits. The world has been deceived. You listen to me now. I've never told you wrong. The man don't hit hard. He knocked Joe Frazier down 6 times. He got up 6 times. Joe King Roman, his Tokyo, Japan fight, the Puerto Rican champion, knocked him down 3 times. He jumped up 3 times. He knocked Ken Norton down 4 times. He jumped up 4 times. When have you ever saw the man say 7, 8, 9, 10, count his man out? When I hit Sonny Liston the second fight, he stayed out for the count of 10. Zora Foley stayed out for the count of 10. Cleveland Williams stayed out for the count of 10. What few I have knocked out stayed down. Sugar Ray Robinson knocked him out for the count of 30. Joe Louis, Marciana, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson, Archie Moore, Ezra Charles, they knock him out cold. So this man has never knocked nobody out cold. He's a bully. He's slow. He has no skill, no footwork. He's awkward. And I have given him a name. I named Floyd Patterson the Rabbit. I named Sonny Liston the Bear. And he shall be known as officially as the Mummy. The Mummy.
And why the Mummy?
Because he fights. When he's fighting, if you ever watch him in the ring, he drags like that after his opponent. And how's a mummy gonna catch me? When you're fighting a mummy, you just keep a step ahead of the mummy.
Yeah.
See?
You're moving.
Just move on the mummy. No, mummy, I'm over here. No, mummy, I'm over here. Yeah, no, you're moving too fast. The mummy don't move that fast.
Well,
Let me tell you something, David. I shall be the mummy's curse that night. Have you heard of the mummy's curse?
Have I heard of the mummy's
yes,
curse? I saw the movie.
It's gonna be some fight. The greatest fight, the greatest event of all times. When I get to Kinshasa, Zaire, in Africa, 2 billion people will watch the fight, and that's 10 times the population of America. That's like a country 10 times bigger than America. 2 billion people, I found out, will fill, to give you an idea how many people it is, 2 billion people will fill an arena of 100,000 seats every night with new faces for 170 years.
That's a great
100,000 people every night, new faces for 170 years. And I drove that crowd, not George Foreman. It's my beautiful looks. It's my skill. It's my
Above all,
humbleness.
Your beauty and your humbleness. I think, first of all, it's your humbleness, and then it's your beauty, isn't it? I mean, because when you look in the mirror in the morning, it must be just a wonderful experience.
You know, I've been in the ring, David, now for probably 20 years, and I'm as pretty as you, and you're now, so.
And slightly fitter. Which round is it going to end?
I'm not predicting the round. Could, but it puts me on the spot, because you worry about trying to predict a round, and you might get him early, and you call yourself carrying him until that round, or you might slip up and get hurt. It's too much pressure. I predict, David, that I'm going to outdance him. I'm gonna stick him. I'm gonna be 3 times as fast. I'm gonna punch him at will. I might not knock him out cold, but I'll TKO him. I predict a TKO. I predict that the fight will be stopped on cuts or bruises or been humiliated. Humiliation will stop this fight. The referee will just step in and stop because I just be popping him, popping him, sticking him, moving him. I'm constant, popping him at will until the man just have to stop it.
You mean it's going to be the first world title fight ever stopped on the grounds of humiliation?
No, they've stopped a few of mine for that, and they've stopped other ones. But I'm serious. This man have 2 chances, slim and none. The man don't stand a chance. When Muhammad Ali is in shape, when Muhammad Ali is dancing, Ken Norton broke my jaw in the first fight, and I was flat-footed, and they knew I was washed up. 32 years old, 222 pounds, couldn't train no more, Cosell and the critics were saying, and I was finished. Second fight, my jaw was mended. It was going to get broke again. I might dance a few rounds because I lost weight, and I probably lost it from not eating, they said. And 12 rounds I danced that night. They were counting on me cutting out in 4 or 5, but I counted dance 12. Joe Frazier, the second fight. 3.5 years I was off, I still beat Frazier. They gave me the decision. I know I beat him. 3 years later, which means I'm 6.5 years off from the day they took my title. I was considered over the hill when they took the title. Now here's 6.5 years from that day, I danced 12 rounds at Joe Frazier. They figured I'll stop dancing in 7 or 8, maybe, and Joe finally relentless pressure, body punches, attack me. I'll poot out and he'll beat me. But I danced for 12. So that was my last fight. People are talking about my legs are gone, talking about he's gonna get me, I'm gonna stop. What gives them the idea or what gives them the reason to say I'm gonna stop dancing in 2 or 3 rounds when I just got through dancing 12 with Frazier? I'm gonna be ready to dance 20 this time. The man is in trouble.
The man
He's
is
got
in
problems.
trouble. He's got problems. Have you done anything special, apart from wrestling with an alligator, in addition to that, have you done anything special this time?
Nothing,
Diets?
not just boxers, any athlete have to refrain from anything that's bad for his health.
Right, and so therefore...
Especially when you're in a strenuous sport, football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, anything that takes stamina is hard. And anybody watching this event, or you yourself, you get up and jump around, a man or woman, scuffle with somebody, wrestle with them for about 3 minutes and watch how tired you get. Serious wrestling and competition is tiresome. And for 15 rounds before 150,000 people, knowing 2 billion people are watching, takes a lot out of you. It makes you, and then you got the world's greatest fighter, one of the world's best, taking punches at your face, your body in little hard gloves on, and everything at stake, your future, your life, your family's investments, everything's at stake. This worries you. And the pressure, and the excitement, the drama, even people who come to fights are nervous. And many of the fans here and yourself, I mean, the night you go to the fight, although you're not involved, you'll be nervous, just waiting for the bell to ring. Finally, these 2 men are gonna clash. Who's gonna win, Muhammad Ali or George Foreman? Both of them are great. One's gotta fall, right? Somebody's gotta leave, and you're excited. You're not as dumb as you look, fella.
In what way is Allah, you mentioned Allah, what way is Allah different from, for instance, the God I believe in? I mean, is Allah different? In what way is he different? Is he more of a man or more...
Well, Allah is a man, where your God probably is a spirit, something that you can't see, and he's formless and somewhere floating around. Our God is on earth. Allah is on earth.
Is he?
He's a man. That's why you say God created man in his own image. If I make a chair in the image or likeness of that chair you sat in, then it look like that chair. So if God made us in his image, you telling me God's a man. If you look like us. And you refer to God as him, right? His, yeah. And he. Well, whether it's a cat, rat, or dog, anything of a male sex, you refer to it as him, his, or he. So if God is a spirit and a spook, why do you keep saying he, him, and his? So we teach that God is on earth. He's a supreme being. You are a human being. He's a being too, but he's supreme over the other beings. So if you take even the Christian teaching and check it out scientifically, you keep telling me God's a man. But when I ask you, where is he? Well, he's a spirit, he's the air, he's everywhere. You keep saying he. If God wasn't a man, you would call God it or the thing. So you call God him, he. God's a man. What's greater than a man? If you make God not a man, you make him less than a man. What's greater than a man? Ain't nothing greater than a man.
Well, Helen Reddy says we ought to call God she. I mean, could God be a woman?
Well, this is real bad to even think like this. I wouldn't even play with God like that. But I wouldn't thank him. I wouldn't answer that question. But I will tell you something once. I heard a fellow wise man say once, he said, God made man in his own image, but man made God in his own likeness. Got that? Man made God in his image, but man turned around and made God in his likeness. Some make him a cow, some make him a statue. This woman want to make God a woman. So God made us in his image. Now who are we to make him the way we want him? He made us, but we're going to turn around and make him. That's silly.
Do you pray to your God, to Allah?
I pray every morning at 5 o'clock. My clock rings at 4:30. I'm up at 5. I take a shower, and I put my white robe on. I put the towel on the floor, and I face the east towards Mecca. And we say, surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, trying to be upright, to him who has originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Surely my prayers, my sacrifices, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. No associates has he. This am I commanded. I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the king. Thou art my Lord, and I am thine servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I do confess my fault. So please grant me protection against all my fault. For none grants protection against faults but thou. And lead me to the best of morals, for none can turn away from me the worst of morals but thee. And guide me to the best of morals, for none can guide to the best of morals but thee. O Allah, make the Honorable Elijah Muhammad successful, and make the followers of Muhammad successful here in the wilderness of North America, as thou didst make Abraham and the followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou art praised and magnified in thy midst. O Allah, bless Muhammad and bless the followers of Muhammad here in the wilderness of North America, as thou didst bless Abraham and the followers of Abraham. For surely thou art praised and magnified in thy midst. And ain't nothing no beautiful than getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, washing out your mouth, taking the sin and the evil out that you've gotten from this world, comb your hair, wash the dirt out of your hair, clean your ears, all parts of your body, put a clean white robe on, don't even stand on the dirty floor, stand on the towel, no shoes on, facing the east, asking the originator of the universe to make me better, make me stronger, give me more power. This is done 5 times a day when I can, especially when I go to bed, another bath, another shower, clean my mouth, pray, and at 5 in the morning, this goes on when I'm right. Now, I didn't do that for the first Frazier fight nor the first Norton fight.
Really?
No, sir. My head got big, and I started thinking it was my training camp and my boxing ability that kept me where I was at, and God punished me, and he gave me a good whooping. He broke my jaw in the second fight, and he got me whooped and knocked down in the Frazier fight, and I realized I wasn't that great after all. So I had to get not only together physically, but spiritually. For this fight, I've prayed every day for 5 days, 5 times a day for the past 4 months, and everything is perfect. And if Allah's with me, it ain't no way no man can win. No way. When I got Allah and Elijah Muhammad, can't no human being win. There's no way. No way. Because I'm representing God. I'm representing the freedom of black people in America. I want to be the one black man who stands up and look at white people and tell the truth, who don't sell them out, who don't Uncle Dom, who don't promote cigarettes, don't promote whiskey, take his fame to uplift his little brother in the ghetto, because all the other movie stars and all the other people that you know, like Dinah Curl, one you know, they all are white-minded. They want to marry a white, and they don't think black. And on down the line, the many more I could name, make movies hugging on white women. If they get their fame and they leave their little people. So I'm asking God, Allah, to make me strong, not for me. Don't give me no money. Don't give me the fame. I want to win so I can come home and speak for the brother who's living in rat-infested houses, sleeping on concrete, in the ghetto, can't go on television and speak. So God, I'm your tool. I'm your servant. Let me get this man tonight and go out blasting. That's the way I think.
that is an incredible speech, and what you do for black pride is absolutely incredible.
This is the way I feel.
Yeah, and what you do for black pride...
So I'm not fighting for me. I'm looking at George Foreman. I'm looking at the establishment, the flag waver. If he wins, I'm thinking, which is not true, but if he wins, we're enslaved for 300 more years. If I win, we're free.
I'm not Foreman, you know that.
President Ford.
Yeah.
Now I see Foreman. I don't see a black man. I see you.
Yeah.
I see the White House.
I'm not the White House either.
I see something white. I don't know what it is. But I'm fighting slavery. I want to be free. That's what I'm fighting.
Okay, you can be free. You persuaded me. No, but you do fantastic.
That's the way I think, too. That's the way I think. I just don't be fighting. I think I got to get my mind like this, see? I'm bucking so many odds, and I'm a bad man. So, you know, too much for me to handle. I got to call on the supreme being to step in, to intervene. Same with the Liston fight. I did a lot of praying. And same with the draft. Same with the Sacker-Norton fight, the Sacker-Frazier fight. Divine power came in. If you watch the last round of Norton, the last round of Frazier, you'll find that if I lost the last round of Frazier in this fight, I would have lost the fight. You found that if I lost the last round of the Norton fight, I lost the fight. Those two fights, I got a supreme power from the supreme being. I start dancing, I start moving, and anybody watch that fight don't know how Muhammad Ali came back in them rounds, because I prayed heavy and relied on Allah, and I danced. I danced. I was sticking and dancing. I was eating Frazier up in that last round. Ken Norton come back after broken jaw, dancing. He was fast, and I was faster. So this fight, I called on everything. Not only my physical ability, but all the supreme being, Allah. I'm working for him. I'm going into this fight as the servant of Allah, who is the teacher of Elijah Muhammad, who's here to free black people and get them something that they can call their own. And that's why I'm going in his name, Elijah Muhammad, and in God's name to take this title to help influence and wake up my people and unite them and clean them up. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else big is doing it. So this is, to me, is a holy war. This ain't just no fight with George Foreman, but I'm fighting for the freedom and the equality of the black man of America. And I'm fighting the opposer and the Uncle Tom who is out and bent to keep us down. George Foreman win the fight, he might make a movie hugging a blonde next week. I don't know what he might do. He might take that fame and lead our people wrong. If I make a movie, I'd have to hug a sister. So I have to hug my own. So I'm going in. It's a spiritual. This ain't no fight no more. This ain't no sport no more. As one man have on the New Time magazine called New Time, says, headline, Can Allah Save Ali? They know it's divine too. Can Allah save Ali?
But I mean, the thing is that obviously the first thing that's got to happen is that there's black pride, right? And that you are giving black people all over the world a pride and a self-respect that through Allah and so on they've never had before. But what about stage 2 of this? What about stage 2? You were talking about hugging a blonde and so on. What about stage 2 of it? How do blacks and whites, when blacks have their self-respect, how do blacks and whites get together? Because if they don't get together and live together, we ain't got no world.
Get together how?
Well, how do we live together? How do blacks and whites live together in peace and get together?
Well, number one, the black man wants to become independent, and he's got something of his own, then you can respect one another. You can't respect a man always in your house begging. You feeding him, you clothing him, always around you begging. Don't do nothing for himself. America must help the slave to go for himself. And Elijah Muhammad says the only way we can get together is to let the slave live to himself, govern himself, marry himself, rule himself, build for himself, and educate himself on some land of his own. A total separation of the races is what we believe is the solution to our problem. Black man on his own land, building for himself. Everybody has a nation but the Negroes in America. But everybody has a nation. This is a bold statement, but nobody else can say this. Everybody has their own country and land but the Negroes in America. You from England. You don't like it over, you can go back home. There's a Nigerian out there. He don't like it, he can go back home. Oh, there's a Mexican out there. He don't like it, he can go back home. Oh, there's a Puerto Rican out there. He can go back home. Where do we call home? Do you know where my home is? What Chinese are named after China? Cubans are named after Cuba. Pakistan is named after Pakistan. Russians named after Russia. Australians after Australia. Englishmen after England. What country named Negroes?
Well,
why are we called Negroes?
Well, there's obviously...
So the only way we're going to get together is for us to get a knowledge of ourselves.
Africans, I guess, is the word for Negro, isn't it? I mean,
Africa
should be for the Africans.
Yeah? What I'm trying to say to you is this. The only way we're going to get together is for us to get a knowledge of ourselves. We don't want to get together with white people. We got to get together first. See, for one to be with one, I got to be one. We are not yet one. You have a leader. Everybody's got, somebody represents England, Ford represents America, Sadat represents Egypt, Hossein represents Jordan, Miss So-and-so represents Israel. Now, who represent us? Black people have a meeting, 64 leaders show up. See, we not one, we too divided. And after we quit cutting each other, pulling each other down, fighting, disrespecting each other, clean up self, respect self, gang wars, and all kind of problems, after we unite, then if there's any love left, then we love somebody else. But first, we gotta unite. So ain't no such thing as how do we get together. We gotta get together first, and then you ask me that question.
All right, how long will it take?
We not together.
How long will it take for you all to get together?
As soon as the black people all get behind Nabi Elijah Muhammad, they'll be together. Only one man getting black people together, and that's Elijah Muhammad, the man that white people and the government don't talk about. They fear him and don't give him no press and don't want nobody to hear him. Because once you hear him, if you're black, you're never the same.
But what about other black leaders like Martin Luther King, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, and black leaders around the world as well? Do you respect what they're doing too?
Not what they're doing. Not what they're doing. Jesse Jackson's a crook. He steals everything Elijah Muhammad's got. Everything he do is Elijah Muhammad's program, but with another title on it. See? And Martin Luther King, his goal was to walk down the street one day with a white girl. We don't call that progress. No white woman watching this show or no white man in his or her right mind, white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, in return introducing their grandchildren as half brown, kinky head Negroes. They don't want it. And
why not?
Why not? You know why not. Nobody else, and I'll tell you something else. Why not? For what? Every man likes a son who look like himself. I love my little boy. And my wife, pretty brown girl, look like me. I love my daughters. I don't want no blonde-headed, green-eyed daughters.
But surely, no, everybody wants a child.
Looks like himself.
No, everyone wants a child that looks like the combination of himself and the woman he loves. Yeah. And therefore, if the combination comes out coffee, what's wrong with that?
No, I'll tell you what. The integrated couples don't make it. I can name them all week. They just don't make it, and the world's against it. If God's against it, it ain't because we hate each other. Bluebirds and redbirds are both birds, but they don't get along. Pigeons and eagles don't fly together. The buzzards, everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go to a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder,
Let me tell you now, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black or Italian here, you got to look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White.
All kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes, and that truck driver. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing wrong with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh, baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh, but see, those are our problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, pling, ting, tang, tong, tong, ting. So we can't integrate.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna never have no peace. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry your women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this integration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land. 40 million people. You know, it's a lot of Negroes just in New York, in Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, California. It's a lot of black. Woo, that's a whole nation. 40 million, man. They don't tell you the truth about that. They want us to stop having babies. They give them birth
20
control.
million.
They're paying black women
It's
not to have
40
babies
million,
now.
not 20 million?
Yeah, they're paying black women not to have babies now. They got all kind of plans to stop our race.
Well, everyone.
So when we know all of
everyone's
this,
getting into birth
so now
control,
a man,
not just
a man with my knowledge, what can you tell a man like me now? What's your suggestion? That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, not a dumb Negro or pork chop eater, don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you gonna tell me now? I done gave you my solution, some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English done ruled and slaved forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, you all just, some white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all are so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society, where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the lecture plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrating in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country?
Well, you've got your own freedom here, for instance. I know you're luckier than many black people in America, but you're your own boss.
I'm speaking for my nation. See,
I know, I appreciate that.
If I was representing just me, I wouldn't be talking like this, because I got it made. I'm talking for my brothers who's out there.
But I just don't see how, Mohammed, I don't see how you can slice up America into bits and get all the whites in one area and all the blacks in another.
Then we leave then. We leave.
But they'd miss you.
I know it.
Is this definitely, whatever happens, your last fight?
My last. This is the last.
Win or lose, it's your...
Ain't no such thing as lose. This is the last of Muhammad Ali. So enjoy the fight, get to the theater, and see perpetual motion in action. The most scientific, the most creative, the most artistic. I'm an era. I'm not just boxing retired. This is an era going out. The most talked about, the most colorful, the most wisest mentally, the most controversial, the boldest, most courageous, the greatest fighter, the best looking physically. Of all times, this will be the last rumble, and I invite all of you to be there among those of us who dare to dare.
To dare, to dare, to dare. And when one day you die, and you appear before Allah or Allah...
We don't die. We don't go nowhere when we die. Islamic teaching different Christianity. When you die, you're dead. You don't go nowhere.
You don't go nowhere?
Where you gonna go? I prove
I don't know where to
You
where.
go dig up some graves that died 200 years ago. I bet you their bones are still there. They don't go nowhere. There ain't no people going nowhere. The dead rise and see the light. That meant the people who were mentally dead, and you're looking at one now. I was once a Christian. I was once a clay, a Negro. Before I heard Elijah Muhammad, I couldn't talk to you. I couldn't open my mouth. See, he makes the lame speak, makes the blind see, makes the lame walk, makes the deaf talk. See, and that's Elijah Muhammad. We are those who were dead for 3 days, meaning 300 years. That was a parable. You didn't understand it. Didn't no dead man get up and rise, and ain't no dead man gonna rise. The mentally dead will rise. When I'm dead, that's it. My son will carry on, but you really don't believe that. And once you hear the truth, you don't want no pie up in the sky after you die. You want something sound while you're still around here on the ground.
I was going to ask you if you've got any poems for our audience, and you've given us one just ad lib.
Yeah, I wrote something once, and it's titled Truth. Explains what I'm saying now. You could probably close on this. It says, the face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed, and the head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming, the heart of truth is warm, the mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is Elijah Muhammad. Wisdom's message is his rod. The sign of truth is the crescent, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
One last question. At the end of your life, whether it was Allah who was saying it, Elijah Muhammad, or whether it was something that someone wrote about you after you'd gone, what's the thing you would most like people to say about your life? He was a great champion, or what? Thank you very much.